Dear Daaji, we are very happy to welcome you to continue this program. And maybe if you want to say to us a few words about yoga, peace and unity, and about this coming exhibition at the UNESCO in June. And then after, if you want, we can have a meditation, if it's okay for you. Okay.
So my double apologies now for being late in this August assembly. Very dear friends, under the leadership of the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, many things are happening in the field of yoga. People used to feel shy about talking about it, but now, with his intervention, things are flowing easily, something which is non-religious, non-spiritual also, I would say. What is so spiritual about asanas and pranayams? Even donkeys and monkeys, they have their own asanas. They also have their own breathing pattern. But yoga is not only for that. Monkeys and donkeys can do better yoga than us, as if asana was everything. Asanas is just one of the elements to maintain the physical health and especially the flexibility of our muscles and bones. There is much more to it. Patanjali described angas, means the elements, the limbs. These are not the steps. People unfortunately translate because the number one step, so-called, is Yama. And if you take it sequentially and say, I'm going to first master this Yama, and then Niyama, and then pranayam, asanas, then you will be lost and never will be able to attain samadhi. Your life will be finished just doing Yama and Niyama. So my master, he advocated that we should begin with meditation and with increased discriminating ability, with increased viveka buddhi, as they say, increased ability to discern through meditation, one is able to follow Yama and Niyama masterfully. Because after all, what is Yama? And even the best of yoga masters, they have not understood what Yama means. Yama, even if you ask a small child in India, he would say, what would you like to meet Yama? Or if I ask Mr. Vyas, would you like to meet Yama? He would say, no, I don't want to meet Yama. Yama means Lord of Death. Who would want to meet Lord of Death? But why in the world, Patanjali, the great sage, end up making this as one of the limbs, and that too, he put it on the top list. Yama. How this lot of death has come in on the very first step itself. It only means that I myself have to become Yama, the Lord of Death, the killer of all my negative tendencies, like hinsa, meaning being violent, stealing stuff, possessing things which does not belong to me. So, to destroy all the negative things that my heart says, don't do this, don't do this. And often, if we ponder over the role of the heart, it's very simple. It is always there to make noise and spoil your mood. Heart, suppose you want to do something, you want to go for a party. Your wife says, no, 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 don't go. Or your husband says, don't go. And ask your heart at that time what your heart is suggesting. Or when you're about to do something not so kosher, as they say in Jewish tradition, or not so nice, listen to the heart. Heart would be speaking louder. Or when you are here, your name is so and so, and you change your name and say, no, I am Mr. Patel. What will happen to your heart? It will pound heavily and faster. Recollect your days as a child or a teenager's time when your mother asked you, where were you, my baby? You say, I was playing with my friends, I was doing our homework, and see what your heart was telling you at the same time. Were you really doing the homework? But your heart will start pumping fast and heavy. So that is the role of the heart, mainly to warn us. Many people say, how to know whether it's my heart speaking or the mind speaking? Well, everyone knows when heart speaks, but we put a stone on our heart and say, I will not do this. I will not listen to my heart. And more, if we don't listen to the heart, it becomes quieter and quieter and quieter. It stops giving us the signal. More we hear, our conscience will improve. Our freedom to enjoy life will also improve. We become lighter and lighter, as if rising with our consciousness. More guilt, more stones on your heart, you become heavier, and you can't rise higher with your consciousness because it's too heavy. Heaven and hell are only this: the joyful, expanded state which matches the Brahmagati is heavenly. If you think of there is a physical place, I doubt it. It's an emotional, psychological state of being happy. So that is about Yama and Niyama. Niyama is absolutely against it, against Yama. Yama means to kill all those negative things, and Niyama is exactly opposite, to embrace what is good for my evolution. It's a very simple principle. But both can be followed in a very natural way through meditation. when I'm meditating with my closed eyes for half hour, inviting God's grace without any condition, see what happens to your heart. Heart speaks clearer and clearer. It will guide us every moment what to do and especially what not to do. And when heart says, don't do this, we have to then muscle up the courage. Consciousness is all about that. Consciousness, one of the aspects is to become more and more aware of things. Consciousness is simply defined as degree of awareness. To that extent, it also means degree of unawareness. Suppose I become aware that my friend is sick or my friend is in trouble. I became aware. Is it enough? It's not enough. Then my responses must come resonating with the other person's need. How I must respond. You become aware. And now how should I respond? In a correct measure. Not too much and not too little. So it's not only the ability to perceive, but consciousness is also about ability to respond. And that's what Swami Vivekananda, almost 150 years back, he put it very simply, the purpose of human life. It only means, the purpose is only this evolution of consciousness. He says, he first answers, it is only the evolution. But then he also says that evolution at a bodily level is impossible. Body can only age. I can only become old. For me to fly like an eagle and swim like a dolphin, it might take millions of years for evolution when I don't have such a life, the extent of life. So, body cannot evolve. Can soul evolve? That's also not possible. But soul is immutable according to our Shastras, our Gitas and Vedas and whatnot. And many saints who speak from their experiences, they say soul cannot evolve. Then what evolution are we talking about? Subtle bodies means sukshma shariras, chit, manas, buddhi and ahankar. Meaning your consciousness, your ability to think through mind, your intellect and your ego. These four subtle bodies can evolve. So that's what Swami Vivekananda said in a very pure and simple language. He said, the available consciousness that we all have now, he compares it with thin layer of water, thin film of water, which is sandwiched between two giant oceans. Imagine the situation of the film of consciousness. Above it, sky of superconsciousness. Below it, the ocean of subconsciousness. It's very thin layer. Through meditation, we can go into superconscious state and also visit our subconscious, the depth of it also. So that is the purpose of yoga. And as I say, it's a good beginning under the leadership of Modi ji, but task is not finished as yet. People are only busy with asanas. Through UNESCO and Heartfulness, Shri Ram Chandra Mission, and many allied partners will be showcasing this Master Yoga exhibition between the dates 14th of June and 23rd of June. Climax would be on 21st of June. Emphasis would be on all the elements of yoga, the complete package. Unless we have complete packages, there cannot be success. One has to first understand the purpose of yoga, the definition of yoga. What is yoga? What is yoga? Patanjali defines in Sanskrit aphorisms, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. How to curb the tendencies of my heart. How to pacify my tendencies. Are these tendencies in my control? We know none of them are in our control. So how to curb them, how to pacify them and say, keep quiet. And the time comes where I don't have to even struggle with my tendencies. The way I think, the way I behave, the way I conduct my lifestyle. Is it in tune with the plan of my soul? If it's not, then it's counterproductive. So through correct thinking and right understanding, we can curb these tendencies. How can correct thinking happen? Only through meditation. How can understanding develop? Again through meditation. So this time, I think, we'll have a great emphasis. People are already knowing asanas and pranayamas. We can explore more on meditation internationally. And ultimate purpose of unity is not just vertical. My Atman with Paramatman, or my little soul with the great soul or the cosmic soul, or raindrop and the ocean. They have to merge. Raindrops falling in the ocean. That is the climax of yoga, becoming the ocean. But that's not enough either. I have to work horizontally too. I may evolve, but Buddha says, I will hang around in this dimension until all the jivas are freed from dukkha. So the individual freedom sounds very exhilarating. But when you see your father, mother, sisters, and other souls also in a state of misery, what is the use of that freedom, individual freedom? Well, let's begin at least with ourselves and see if we can unshackle ourselves through these practices, at least bring in the individual level of peace so that families can be at peace, communities can be at peace, and there can be unity at a global level, see. So there is a far range application of yoga. Sir, what are we supposed to do now?
Daaji, actually, Mr. Consul has to leave us, if I understand well. And we can, if you want to share, and then we can set you free and we keep Daaji.
Namaskar. In fact, I was just, before you came, I was conveying the initiatives taken by the government, by the Prime Minister, in beginning 2014. And the whole, the slew of steps in the United Nations, and to celebrate the world, the International Yoga Day. But beyond that, I was also conveying my sentiment that yoga is rooted in the Indian tradition, but there is something so universal about it. And any true practitioner of yoga from India has never claimed yoga for one particular tradition. Rather, they are happy to share it. And I was generally ruminating along those lines. And also, as a professional diplomat, it's one of the few tasks that give us a lot of joy when we speak about yoga across the world. I think we have missions in 196 countries. And it is an article of faith for us to talk about yoga, to share. And of course, our salutations for all the work that the Heartfulness Institute is doing, the Shri Ram Chandra Mission. And the embassy is always happy to participate, to partner. Unfortunately, the ambassador was not here. He is out of station, and which is why I was here. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.